Sorry, I messed up on the name. The Pentecostal church that I'm talking about in Newport is called Gateway. Because we have a big Baptist Gateway. It became kind of non-denominational. The one I'm talking about is in Newport. It's called Gateway Pentecostal. I'm so sorry. I was saying Northgate. I don't know why I said that. It's Gateway. I'm trying to find it now. That's the church that it was set at. It's called Gateway. It's in Newport, Maine, and it's Pentecostal. Gateway Pentecostal. Man, I cannot believe I messed that up. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I forgot the name of the church for a minute. Sorry about that. The real name of the church. It is Gateway Pentecostal. It's off of Moosehead Trail. And they do have service. They have 3 services. I think there's a 10 a.m. service on Sunday. They have a prayer service on Wednesday evening. Then they have another service, which is in teaching. And they do quote Matthew about casting out the unclean spirits. And it is a very serious church. They're very welcoming and full of the Holy Spirit. And that is in Newport, Maine. And it's called Gateway Pentecostal. Yeah, I had been there. Yeah, it's a great church.
Hey there.
Hello.
Hi. I know you're doing that.
I'm doing the two soft.
Well, I don't have my card. I just have cash. I'll order from them.
Yeah, there goes the copyright.
How many drop-offs did you do?
I'll talk about it in a minute. Dealing with copyright right now.
I'm not blaming on the copyright. I know you like 7
Yeah,
cents.
I know. I didn't mean to do that. It's not cool. Thank you, Lord, for the food. And the sauce. I think it's soft taco. He knows what it is. He's got it memorized.
If you mail in my direct deposit
It's got an
stuff.
address on it. So that's AMC, which goes back there. That's where I first saw The Piano. Great film. I own it. Harvey Keitel's masterpiece. Well, he acted in it. It's a Jane Campion film. Makes an homage to the Anabaptist because the piano is in the boat and it has the coil, the rope, which is like the snake, and it grabs her. She puts her foot into the rope, grabs her and pulls her under the ocean, making an homage to the Anabaptists. That's how they killed the Anabaptists a long time ago.
Sorry.
They would put a rope around their neck. They'd put a rock. They'd go out into the boats. I think the Baptists did it to them. They'd throw the rock off of the
Finally, I found
the boat, and they'd be pulled down underwater. If you're ever a Baptist and you jump in the water and you go down into the water, you feel that weight of those executions. And Jonah does that in Escape from Maine when he goes to Kinney, Peaks Kinney. When he goes to Peaks Kinney, he goes in and he swims down low into where the water is cold. This is in the springtime. He goes down. It's one of the last things I did. And then he gets down to the cold water and then he comes back up and then you see him breathing. Note to Johnny Whitworth. But it does make an homage to the Anabaptists. You got to figure out what the Anabaptists did to the Baptists. And they were, what the Baptists did to the Anabaptists. They persecuted one another over religion. These things really happen. Just like the Catholics persecuted the Lutherans. It still kind of goes on today a little bit. Not as much. It's not as extreme. They were actually fighting over religion. It's amazing. Over denomination. I don't really think one denomination is any better than the other. And that includes from Judaism all the way to Baha'i religion. So this movie is made for all of them. I'm not making any kind of devout denomination choice. Even the Catholics are welcome. That's why I want to get Scorsese involved. But the Catholic are very different. We are different. The Protestants and the Catholic, they are different. There's a difference in style and everything, and when it comes to art. But yeah, you got to see The Piano. I'd make everyone go see that. I love that film. Holly Hunter. That's when I fell in love with Holly Hunter. Right next to my high school sweetheart, I saw the movie. A little tiny Holly Hunter, just tearing up the romance with Harvey Keitel. And you're just watching it, just falling in love with the whole movie, the whole aspect of it. It's just beautiful. Anna Paquin. I'd later see Anna Paquin on stage in A Glory of Living. a Rebecca Gilman play written by Rebecca Gilman. She's out in Texas Tech. I'd still like to see her, to talk to her about that movie. I mean, about that play. I saw Anna Paquin when she was about 17, when she was performing on stage. I got to see her. Most brilliant stage performer I've ever seen in my entire life, by far. She's good in film, but she is amazing on stage. Her presence is amazing. I saw that performance. It was directed by Philip Seymour Hoffman. And she was playing almost like a serial killer kind of chick. It's really weird. It's a Rebecca Gilman play. She ends up getting the death penalty in it and stuff. It's amazing. It's an amazing work. I mean, she didn't really get the death penalty, but the character does. And Anna Paquin played it. I just never seen such a subtle performance, such a brilliant presence. Probably going all the way back to Eleonora Duse. The realism was so evident that it was hypnotizing to watch her. You know, it was that powerful of a performance on stage, too. The way she smiled, the way she conducted herself. It doesn't always read on the film. It does read in real life, because she's so brilliant. She also got an Oscar when she was like a little tiny girl. She was so young.
Happy birthday, Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Happy birthday. She is the great-granddaughter of the one and only John Barrymore. I think that's how his name is. But he was a famous actor that worked with all these people. They also have a play called, it is about Hamlet, the ghost of Hamlet. And it has her grandfather in it. And we did it at UNT one time. And Drew Barrymore had been really proud of it. But it's not called The Ghost of Hamlet. But it does have the word Hamlet in it. And I should know the title of it. Ghost of Hamlet. Barrymore. Something about Shakespeare. Okay, I'll find out. I'll find out the play's name. But it's a play about the ghost of John Barrymore and an actor trying to do Shakespeare in the Park in New York. Mrs. Barrymore, it's her birthday, Drew Barrymore. Her grandfather's ghost is in that play. It's called I Hate Hamlet by Paul Rudrick. Just guessing, Paul Rudrick. But it's called I Hate Hamlet is the name of the play.
That was Paul Rudd.
No, Paul Rudd's an actor. It's the one, he looks kind of like me, or I used to look like him when I was skinny. Paul Rudd played Ant-Man. This is Paul Rudrick. He's a playwright. He wrote I Hate Hamlet. It's about the ghost of John Barrymore in a Central Park. It's about an actor trying to do a play at Central Park, and it's called I Hate Hamlet. Well, they did it at UNT. It's a comedy. Paul Rudnick, I Hate Hamlet. Paul Rudnick. It's a play about the ghost of Barrymore and this actor wanting to do Shakespeare in the Park. Happy birthday, Drew Barrymore. We did it at UNT, not Linda, but we got to watch it be done, and some actors did it. It was very funny. It's a really good one.
The other one was kind of fluffy. I don't know.
So it's inside your cat's mind. That's a genius dog. Is that not cool? I'm gonna try. You gotta have to come up, put it in your hand. That's a very good sample. They'll probably use it for their company. I guess it's called Hunks. Pretty good. You forgot this thing that says "Try me."
Ooh.
Funnier than Charlie Chaplin.
Bad aftertaste.
I know it's got a funky aftertaste, but it's still. I think it's good though.
Ooh.
Okay. That's her commercial. I approve of it. Here.
What is that? A piece of sausage? What is it?
Italian.
Oh, okay. What's this over here?
Italian sausage.
Maple sausage? Oh, okay. Let's see.
So this is the Italian?
Yeah, it's Italian. How are you?
Not too spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. What's the other?
So maple breakfast sausage?
That one.
Is it like a maple sausage?
Yeah. It's down there on the...
Yeah, it's a maple sausage. It's really good. It's very, very good.
Well, you know
It's
what?
called Merritt Coffee. It's local. San Antonio guy. Christian Rotzko. Yeah, I know. So this is an advertisement. It's for his coffee, South Central Coffee. It's a local coffee. This is all his stuff right here. This is actually a crab dip. It's actually spicy.
Thank you.
It's kind of hard to do when you're vlogging it, though. I can do this. It's like a little communion cracker with crab. Try it. It's really good. I gotta cut it off for copyright, though. How'd you break it?
Yeah, that's okay.
It's crab.
That's
Okay. Are you work here? Every day you get a free lunch as long as you go by and do the samples. It's not survived in New York. I live in New York, I get samples. You get samples everywhere. Go to one grocery store, sample, go to another grocery store, walk off those calories and sample. Yeah, Bob used to say, my acting teacher was like, it'll just sample. Just sample. What do you want me to do? Eat the whole crab dip in front of him?
I want to know.
Oh, it is? I mean, what do you want me to do? Eat the whole crab dip? I did eat the whole... Okay. I did eat the whole entire thing of cat food in front of my acting teacher. It's a whole can of Fancy Feast. What more did he want? I was like, okay. You want me to be a cat? Give me that Fancy Feast over here. I'll show you a cat. Then I just do a little...
What's happening? I can't see.
Refreshing. Leave it to Beaver. All right, so we'll do the review. So Beaver, Wally.
Finish doing what you're
Hang on, I am doing it. Hang on. Beaver and Wally. She was laughing at it today. But leave it to Beaver. The first one, Wally has to do a blind date thing for school. So he's kind of like pimping out all these ladies at school for the blind date. He's playing like a what do they call it?
matchmaker.
A matchmaker, right. And so he's got to make the phone calls from. That was the first one. The second one,
Season 3.
the second one, they leave Wally and Beaver at home. The parents leave Wally and Beaver at home, and they have to cook and stuff. And then the beaver leaves the water running in the bathtub, and it leaks to the ceiling. What was the third one about?
Send you a message. I watched like 7 last night. I can't
She's saying she watched 7 back-to-back Leave It to Beavers. What was the other one that you got? Yeah, another one that wasn't Leave It to Beaver. It was another show.
Yeah, I know, but we're focusing on Leave It.
There's a Masterpiece Theater thing, and then we got North by Northwest, which I watched a big chunk of it.
No,
Very
the
complex.
movies by Animals and Family, but the TV one.
My Animals and Family.
Not Lucy.
We got another television series.
Not Brady Bunch. not House, not Grey's Anatomy. What was it?
I didn't even know you got another one.
Yeah, I did too. I got 2 different TV ones.
Huh.
I was gonna watch it, and then I realized.
Yeah, we're dealing with copyrights.
Life
June.
is Barbara Billin.
Yeah.
Billin.
One of them is like Mathers. The last name is Mathers for Leave It to Beaver. Then there's Tony Dow. Tony Dow was Wally. And then there's the father and the mother. She was named June, and the character's name was June.
Yes.
What?
And her real name is Barbara
Barbara. Okay, her first name was Barbara. There's probably a reason for forgetting some of that. What was the name of? Yeah. What did he go by? The father. Tony Dow is Wally. Then there's Eddie Haskell, right? Eddie Haskell. Yeah.
Well, he's not in the opening credits though.
He's not in the opening credits. Yeah, he's the real skinny one that likes to smile. Did he become a cop? The actor became a cop eventually. Yeah, figures. Yeah, he was the one that's always giggling. He was kind of a bully a little bit. But he was just kind of funny about things. And then the beaver would go like, "Gee, Wally, should we do the dishes now?" He'd always kind of talk. He kind of reminds me of Matthew Broderick. "Gee, Wally, should we do the dishes?" That kind of thing.
Yeah.
The Beeve. What was their last name? The family's last name?
Cleavers.
The Cleavers. Baby picture. What happened to it?
Baby picture. So the mother June had sent in a picture of
a baby.
A beaver.
Beaver is a baby.
As a baby. He's laying down and you can see his bottom. She thought it was cute because she's a mother. Then of course Beaver didn't find out. Wally had told him what was going on. Then Beaver had told the teacher, please. And then at the end of the episode, they just...
She's talking about episode of Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, they ended up... so the mom realized what she had did, June. And then
we rented a bunch of Leave It to Beaver.
And then Beaver's like, that's not...
We'll check him out at the library.
And then they cut more. So it just ended up with his head in the picture.
All right, got it.
I got it. That one was... Leave It to the Beaver. There was another one, the bicycle
He
one.
won a bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was supposed to be at school and he skipped school and he won the bicycle.
Right.
And then he gave it to his best friend, what's his name? Larry on the show?
Yeah.
And then
he's
Larry,
the kind of the
Larry,
chubby one.
Yeah, then Larry got in trouble, then he blamed it on Beaver. And then Beaver was like, told his mom.
They're well written.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Leave It to the Beaver said he was going to donate it to a church or something.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That one.
So June, Beaver, Cleaver, Wally, Eddie Haskell, and the rest. Tony Dow is Wally. And then the Beaver was played by Jerry Mathers. June and Ward Cleaver.
Ward, that's a...
Yeah. Billingsley was the mother. Hugh Beaumont was Ward. So Hugh Beaumont was Ward Cleaver, and June Cleaver was played by Billingsley. Barbara Billingsley. Yeah. And then Eddie Haskell, who cares? He became a zealot with a sidearm. Huh? What? We are going to dig into the basement of Stephen King's house and pretend like, we're going to pretend to steal one of his first stories called A Glass Floor, just to let you know.
Okay, awesome.
By Ben E. King in 1961 in April. Crime drama that Johnny Whitworth did was called Still Here. I thought it was called Her, but it's called Still Here. Got that mixed up, sorry about that. Spray painting PSS over Sam Elliott's face in front of the Jones Grill, what used to be the Aardvark, what used to be the Hop. But I changed my mind. So you got this thing on cats. It's called Cat Mines. Nah, Sam Elliott's too cool. I'll leave it up there. He's a pretty cool guy. We'll leave it up there anyway, even though he's from Sacramento. All the way out in Sacramento where they try to make hot sauce. Like a place where you can see the screen.
I can't see it.
Yeah. Over there are a bunch of horses on sticks. It's like a little horse thing. We've vlogged it before.
Let's move to the car real quick.
All right.
So I can put this up so I don't lose it.
It's a nice shirt. to the left.
Oh, yeah, that was
This way, Snickles.
There you go.
Reverse tracking. Here comes a Hyundai. Car opening. You're trying to get to the trunk?
No. Do you want to throw me in the trunk?
No. I do like to film Goodfellas though, but no, I'm just joking. You're trying to get into the trunk?
No.
This is what you do. You go to any of the shows, any of the PSS shows, any of the Please Subscribe shows. You hit copy, link. Are you watching?
Yes, I'm watching.
Once you copy the link, then you go to Facebook. You find anybody, go to the messenger, hit it opens, put please subscribe to the Please Subscribe show, YouTube Cole Spivey, and then copy and paste, or what you've copy and pasted of the link to the show. It goes right to them. It's very self-explanatory, very simple. Is that Stephen King? If it was, you'd be like, get a pen, autograph now, get it, get the autograph, run. Stephen King autograph. Hey, let me tell you something about Stephen King. I was right there next to James Patterson. Everybody getting their autographs. Asked my first wife. I didn't even ask James Patterson for an autograph out of respect for Stephen King. And you know what he opened his show with whenever he went to the Bass? James Patterson? Stephen King. He goes, hi, everybody. That's right. Everybody thinks I'm Stephen King. And everybody laughed. James Patterson's great, but did not get his autograph. I don't read James Patterson books other than his children's books. I did read his children's books. Maximus Ride. Yes. I'm very good at remembering. Maximus Ride. I just said my wife got his autograph. Well, my ex-wife. I mean, my first wife. My first ex-wife. She got the autograph. She's half Sicilian lady, beautiful lips. Anyway, regardless, she got his autograph. She did. And I just sat there. But if it was Stephen King, big time autograph. I'd have him sign my boob. I'd have him sign my books. I had every Stephen King book in high school. Big Stephen King fan. I try to read them all, and I finally had to move on, get into Hemingway. Still like Stephen King, though. Still think he's great. I found out over all this time, because I thought he was Jewish, but he's not. Stephen King is Methodist. Stephen King, he's Methodist.
Oh.
He's a Methodist. Yeah. Out of all of this, you think Stephen King, Methodist. He's a Methodist. He does horror films. I mean, his horror fiction. Truly the best at it, other than Edgar Allan Poe.
It's a cat version of Friends.
Oh, the cat version of Friends?
Yeah, the TV show.
Never seen it. What, is the cats all playing around?
Yeah.
Is one of them on drugs? On cat tranquilizers? Let me see. What's going on? I can't see anything.
Yeah, no, just
copyright. Really, has any of the guys ever been stuck in second gear? Second gear. I mean, come on. Have they met Richard Gere? Second gear, though. Probably Matthew Perry has a couple times. Note to fans of Escape from Maine, the movie. Possibly Matthew Perry also in the film. Maybe playing the role of Chris, who is the ex-Vietnam vet that prays with him to help him quit smoking. It's an important scene in the movie. Note to fans of Escape from Maine, the movie. Also, I mentioned Matthew Perry's possibly playing Chris, the neighbor that prays with him to help him quit smoking. He was like a Sabbath keeper guy, but he was a Vietnam vet. Also, Dave Grohl too, but Dave Grohl, he played the mill worker that had the son that ran off. And he also he lived next door to me and saw my cats. Really funny character that's kind of odd, that gives him like heads up about moving out of this one apartment that's not safe. And he's also kind of a drinker. He drinks like these little bourbons and what are those things called? Tumblers. And he comes in, he's got like, not really his bathrobe, but kind of that feel. You know, he's just dressed down, taking not the day off, but taking his time off and looking at this guy's cats. And he walks in, it's kind of strange. Very Dave Grohl-ish. It'd be a good little role for him, you know. It might work. Because he's an eccentric character. It was based on this real guy named Stephen. He looked a little like Stephen King a little bit. People up there look a little like Stephen King. But he comes in over Aunt Dee Dee's place. He lived next door, and the place was being like repossessed by the bank. And he's got this tumbler of like a little bit of bourbon. He's like, you don't mind if I maybe could use your washer and dryer sometimes? Would you? It's like one of those scenes. I wrote a song about one of the neighbors that would go out and smoke his pipe. It was like a real tobacco pipe. He'd smoked his tobacco pipe on this one part of this apartment thing. It was like a building. It looked like it was almost falling down. And he'd go out there and smoke this tobacco pipe. And I wrote the song. It was called "The Trash and Snow for the Pigeons of Guilford." It's a pretty hard one too. Grohl would like to listen to that too. Yeah, I could show Grohl some of my music. I definitely try to get it in the lap of Dave Grohl too. He'd be great. His narration's great. He did great narration. This is a note to casting. Note to Escape from Maine, the screenplay. There's this one moment though after we were learning mime from this mime called Ocho. He's from Brazil, and this other guy, he's like big time Democrat that was there. He was learning mime with me. He's kind of a writer type, kind of it would be a comedic actor, but we were like shaking because we were outside talking about Obama, and it was like February or something, and we were just shivering. And to me, I don't know if I put it in the book, but it best would be in the screenplay, because he's like talking about why I should vote for Obama, and he was like talking me into it, and he was like really shivering. He was like, and I was shivering, and we were like really, it was really cold. It's kind of like a funny moment for some reason. I don't remember like really the dialogue or anything, but he's like, well, these are the reasons why, I think why Obama should be president. This is back right before Obama became president. Wait a minute. Oh, this is the re-election of Obama. Sorry, not the first time he was elected, the second election. It'd be after the fourth year, so it'd be his re-election. I was thinking 2012, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 2012. So he's like, well, these are the reasons why, he should be reelected. He gave me like all these reasons. I'm listening to him going, And it's like maybe like 10 degrees outside or like 7 degrees out. We were wearing all of this like cold stuff and, shivering, and there's just so much stuff. There's so much stuff in that movie. It'd have to be a series. It'd be cool. It'd be a really cool series about this actor trying to leave Maine and get back to Texas. I'll put in a good word for Obama because he handled the presidency with smoothness. Plus he knocked out bin Laden. He did it with a very cool charm. I guess you could say charm. One of our most articulate presidents for sure, 100%. Let me turn this thing off. I mostly voted for Obama because of his speeches. It was mostly because of his speeches. He's an incredible speaker. Now Biden, I'm saying, I know I've been beating up a little bit on Biden, and now that he went off to went to Ukraine, he won back my support. I give him credit for that. He risked his life on that trip. There's bombs going around, stuff around him as he's walking around. So, president does that. A president puts his neck on the line like Biden did just recently. That impresses me. I don't care about Democrat or Republican. I don't go by that so much. He's a brave president. He's a brave president. I was very sure about Obama on both votes, first one and the second one. We needed him for a while, and then we got Biden to come in. I'm sure Biden will win again. I know I said all this stuff about I got upset and I was getting mad at all these authority figures, but we go through a lot. I don't know. I'm not going to make any predictions. Not like I had the Oscar, but I do know that Brendan Fraser is going to win for Well. I do know that. I'll make a prediction on that one. Brendan Fraser for Well. It'll happen. He's got the Oscar. I wish I could be there to clap. But man, he's already got like a 15-minute ovation for like showing up at a Starbucks. Now they're reworking it. They're reworking this Walmart right here. They're repainting it. Sweetie, don't eject yet. Hang on. Calm down. All right, now you're ready.